June 17, 2025, a date that will be remembered as a turning point in the history of Pacific security. On this day, the United States activates the Pacific Sentinel Grid, a revolutionary defense system stretching across the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, connecting land, sea, and space in a seamless network. This isn't just a routine military upgrade, it's a leap forward in defensive technology and a bold declaration to the world. The U.S. is unwavering in its commitment to Pacific stability and the safety of its allies. After years of secret development, tireless research, and billions of dollars invested, the result is a digital shield stretching from California to Japan and the Philippines, linking bases and outposts in a unified defense web. The grid's advanced sensors and AI-driven systems detect and neutralize threats before they can reach their targets, transforming the security landscape overnight, and providing a new level of confidence for those who rely on its protection. For U.S. forces, it's a true game-changer, offering unprecedented protection, real-time awareness, and the ability to respond instantly to any emerging danger. The Pentagon calls it a cornerstone of peace and security for key allies like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Australia, strengthening bonds and building trust across the region. Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Australia. These nations, long anxious over rising tensions and regional uncertainty, now see a tangible promise of protection and a powerful deterrent against aggression. The grid stands as a technological fortress, deterring conflict by making hostile actions prohibitively costly and signaling that peace is backed by strength. The U.S. responds to growing rival capabilities not with aggression, but with formidable, smart defense, prioritizing stability and the safety of millions. This bold move forces adversaries to recalculate their strategies, challenging any who would seek to disrupt the Pacific Order or threaten its peace. The world is watching closely, waiting to see how this new reality will shape not just the Pacific, but the future of global security for years to come. Why unveil the Pacific Sentinel Grid now? The answer: intensifying competition with China. China's rapid military modernization, missiles, hypersonics, a massive navy, has raised alarm, especially in the South China Sea. Artificial islands, missile bases, and regional pressure have pushed the U.S. to act. The grid directly counters these threats, restoring security for U.S. forces and allies. Growing China-Iran cooperation adds urgency, as shared tech could threaten multiple regions. The U.S. is preempting future threats, signaling to Beijing and Tehran that aggression now comes at a much higher cost. The goal forces adversaries to rethink confrontation and choose de-escalation. The Pacific Sentinel Grid is a revolutionary system of systems. Hundreds of low Earth orbit satellites working in perfect coordination to form a 24/7 watchful eye over the vast Pacific expanse. These satellites are always on duty, scanning for any sign of danger, no matter how small or fast. Advanced sensors and cutting-edge radar technology track everything from elusive stealth bombers to the world's fastest hypersonic missiles, day or night, in all weather conditions. Nothing escapes their gaze, ensuring that every potential threat is detected the moment it appears. All this data flows into a powerful artificial intelligence, capable of processing trillions of data points per second. The AI sifts through massive streams of information, identifying patterns and threats in real time, far faster than any human could. The AI doesn't just spot threats, it distinguishes between civilian and military objects, predicts intentions, and recommends the best responses, all in fractions of a second. This level of analysis was once unimaginable. Once a threat is confirmed, the grid instantly links to interceptors. Navy Aegis ships, ground-based missile batteries, and fighter jets on standby, ready to respond at a moment's notice. The AI assigns the most effective weapon for each threat, whether it's a ship-based missile, a ground-based laser, or another advanced system, ensuring the fastest and most precise response possible. The real breakthrough is speed. What once took minutes of human deliberation now happens in mere seconds, shrinking the window for enemy action and maximizing defense. Human operators still give the final authorization, maintaining control and oversight, but the system automates detection and response, reducing human error and reaction time. This seamless integration of technology means that even the fastest hypersonic threats, once thought unstoppable, can now be detected, tracked, and neutralized before they reach their targets. The grid acts as a digital shield, reacting at the speed of light, intercepting threats almost as soon as they are launched. It's not just about seeing threats, It's about outpacing and outmaneuvering them, staying one step ahead at all times. The Pacific region is now under constant intelligent protection, with surveillance and defense systems working together around the clock. This is tomorrow's defense, made real today, a fusion of human ingenuity and technological power, safeguarding our future. The Pacific Sentinel Grid doesn't just upgrade our defenses, it completely transforms them. Instead of relying on a patchwork of systems that react to threats as they appear, the grid creates a unified, proactive shield that anticipates and neutralizes dangers before they escalate. Old systems like Patriot missiles and isolated radars were reliable in their time, but they had a major limitation. They couldn't detect or respond to threats until those threats were already dangerously close, leaving little room for error or strategic response. The new grid, by contrast, detects launches almost instantly, sometimes within seconds, giving defenders precious extra minutes to analyze, plan, and act. This early warning is a game changer. It's like the difference between stopping a burglar at your front door versus catching them only after they're already inside your bedroom. Early detection means more options and better outcomes. Today's threats, such as hypersonic glide vehicles, move at blistering speeds and can change direction unpredictably, making them nearly impossible for old radars to track or intercept in time. The grid's powerful combination of satellite surveillance and artificial intelligence tracks these advanced weapons from the moment they launch all the way to their intended impact, providing a continuous stream of data. In the event of a mass missile attack, the grid's AI rapidly prioritizes threats and assigns interceptors with precision, ensuring that no incoming danger is overlooked or allowed to slip through the cracks. Where human-centric command structures could easily become overwhelmed by the sheer volume and speed of modern attacks, the grid's automation manages this complexity effortlessly, operating at a scale and speed no team of people could match. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a quantum leap in battle management, fundamentally changing how wars are fought and won. The Pacific is no longer a vulnerable patchwork of isolated defenses. Now, it's a single, integrated shield, with every sensor and interceptor working together across vast distances. With this system, the US and its allies now have a decisive edge in both detection and response, staying one step ahead of any adversary. The old guard, once the backbone of defense, is now outpaced by technology that redefines what's possible. The future of military defense isn't coming, it's already here. With the Pacific Sentinel Grid, the balance of power has shifted, marking a new era in global security and deterrence. Beijing's response was immediate and intense, condemning the grid as a provocation and escalation. China's anti-access/area denial, a 2/AD strategy, built on carrier-killer missiles, now faces a direct counter. The grid can see, track, and shoot down these missiles, undermining years of Chinese investment. US forces can now operate closer to China with less risk, forcing Beijing to rethink its military plans. Options like building faster missiles or focusing on cyber and space warfare are costly and uncertain. The challenge is not just military but political. China's narrative of inevitable dominance is shaken. The grid demonstrates US technological superiority and resilience. For every Chinese move, the US has a powerful answer. Beijing's long-term strategy is now in question. The Communist Party faces new uncertainty at home and abroad. The Pacific Sentinel Grid complicates China's ambitions. The US is not in decline, it's raising the bar. The regional balance has been upended. China must now adapt to a new reality. Tehran is watching the Pacific Sentinel Grid closely, knowing its technology could soon appear in the Middle East. Iran's strategy relies on missiles and drones to threaten US forces and shipping lanes. If the grid's satellites, AI, and interceptors are deployed to the Gulf, Iran's deterrent weakens dramatically. The ability to threaten the Strait of Hormuz and global oil flow could be neutralized. The technological gap is stark. While Iran has advanced its offensive weapons, the US has leapt ahead in defense. This reality is unsettling for Iran's leaders. The China-Iran partnership was meant to counter US power, but the grid shows America can address both threats at once. Iran's confidence in Chinese support is shaken. The US has proven it can adapt and outpace its rivals. Tehran must now reconsider its regional ambitions. The balance of power in the Middle East could shift next. The message US defense is global, not just regional. Iran faces a new era of vulnerability. For U.S. allies like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and the Philippines, the Sentinel Grid is a game changer. It turns the American security guarantee into a visible, reliable shield. Japan gains a robust new layer of missile defense, integrating seamlessly with its own systems. This allows Japan to focus resources elsewhere, confident in its protection. For Taiwan, the grid counters the threat of a massive missile barrage, buying crucial time to respond. The cost of invasion for Beijing rises sharply. The system deepens U.S. allied cooperation, shared data and joint exercises strengthen bonds. Australia and South Korea benefit from collective security, making the alliance network more resilient. An attack on one is an attack on all thanks to the grid's integration. The U.S. alliance network is now a united front. Adversaries face a far more difficult challenge. The region's stability is reinforced. Allies can breathe easier under the grid's protection. The Sentinel Grid is more than regional. It's a global shift in strategy. For years, offense outpaced defense, tempting first strikes and crises. Now, the grid restores balance, deterring aggression by making attacks riskier and less likely to succeed. A new arms race is likely, but it's about technology and AI, not just firepower. Adversaries may target satellites or try to jam sensors, but the US will keep upgrading. Arms control becomes more complex. How do you regulate software and AI? Diplomats face new challenges in verifying and limiting these systems. The grid embodies peace through strength. It can't attack, only defend. By raising the cost of war, it aims to keep rivals at the negotiating table. The shield leads to diplomacy, not escalation. The world's security landscape has changed. The Pacific Sentinel Grid marks a turning point for global security. The U.S. has built a defensive shield of unprecedented reach and intelligence. It's a direct response to years of rising tensions and rapid military modernization by rivals. The immediate effect: adversaries' strategies are disrupted and allies feel safer. But new risks emerge. An arms race in space and cyberspace could follow. The challenge is to use this shield for stability and diplomacy, not endless competition. The grid is a tool. Its impact depends on wise use. The goal: deter aggression, preserve peace, and protect billions in the Pacific. By making war costlier, the hope is to encourage peace. The world is watching. Will this shield bring stability or spark new rivalry? For now, there's renewed hope for a safer tomorrow.